Hey everybody, you may have heard the news that our second edition of Forgiving Forward is about to be released this month, and we're so excited.
It's coming close, isn't
It's really close, yeah. So we wanted to share with you some answers to some questions that we have received a number of times in the last few weeks. And so you can get a better idea of why we are rewriting or why we have rewritten the Forgiving Forward book after all these years and what's new in it, why is it beneficial for you. So why did we rewrite this book?
Did we rewrite the book?
We did.
We
It was
did,
a lot
yeah,
of
a lot
work.
of work. I think foundationally is because God has taught us so much. We first produced the book in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And so over the years, we just learned a lot more, probably a lot of things more deeper. And so we've learned things from a practical level on the protocols.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, our definition of forgiveness, which is applying the blood of Jesus as payment in full for every wound I ever have or will suffer. It's kind of important. It's foundational, but it's not in the first edition.
Yeah.
And then we also wanted to give some updates.
And we also, though, we added some things to it. Updates. Let's talk about that. So we call them forgiving fast forwards.
Yeah. So what we've done is in all the chapters, we've added something called a forgiving fast forward. And in some of the chapters, a lot of them,
Mm-hmm.
we're adding stories, kind of updates. Where
Mm-hmm.
are they now? The rest of the story.
They're really awesome.
That, people have asked us, okay, this happened. And was that just like a youth camp experience where, 3
Mm-hmm.
weeks later, nobody remembers anything? No, we've got some stories that have lasted for 15 years.
Yeah, they're incredible, incredible testimonies.
Amazing freedom
Mm-hmm.
that it's just lasted.
Yeah, that's awesome. And also some of the differences between the two books is we've added a Bible study section. So at the end of each chapter, if you have a group of people in the room together reading that book together and discussing it, there'll be questions that you will have listed there that you can inspire one another, encourage one another as you go through the questions. And we've reoriented the book. We've changed the entire format of what's first, second, third, and so on. It's clearer to read.
It's clear, but it also is more consistent with the video series that we produced and the live seminars that we do. We just found that order, God has just kind of given us a clear, you kind of start something, you do a lot of trial and error, and after 10, 15 years of trial and error, we kind of have this down of what is the best way to present it. And we added a chapter.
We did. We added a whole new chapter.
Whole chapter on faith.
And we added a treatise or a appendix or a closer look at Matthew 18 to clearly explain.
For people who want one of the Matthew 18 passage dealt with a little bit more intensively or expositionally, we've got that as an appendix.
Yeah. So how will readers benefit from this edition more so maybe than the first?
Well, it's the same as the first. You're going to get more understanding of the freedom of the gospel through the power of forgiveness. We really believe that, because we keep seeing it over and over again in our coaching and the places that we teach this, that freedom comes when we forgive. We have received the forgiveness of God. God expects and demands us to extend that forgiveness of God. That's kind of the two parts of the gospel. So it's really a gospel-centric forgiveness model. And if people will get this,
change everything.
Everything.
And we are a lot clearer, have a lot more tools and data on how you can help someone that's been wounded, somebody that is struggling with unforgiveness. It's a lot clearer. So if you want to help somebody, that would be another reason to get this version.
Yeah.
The edition.
It's just an update.
Yeah. So
it's about 25% more.
About 100 pages
material.
more. Yep.
And so I think you're going to love it.